All right, here we are with round number 4 of our Abzan tokens list. We have 2 rounds left. This is going to be part 2 of the video. Part 1 was the stream last night. Part 2 here is I need to play offline, essentially. I'm going to turn on some lights real quick, and then we'll get started. All right, here we go. Round 4, Abzan tokens. We're currently 2-1. 2-1. I think we won a match because our opponent timed out, because this deck is very resilient, goes really long. And then we also lost a game that we timed out, mostly on my own doing, because we're streaming and I was discussing with people, but we certainly would have won that match. So we're kind of like, someone else timed out against us. We timed out against someone we probably would have beat. This hand is very good. We are on the draw. We need a black source for these finishes, but we have a priest into 2 start the finishes, so I'm going to keep. We also have profane procession. So this could be Grixis, and those games definitely go long. So I think we'll have a shot here. We do need to rip a black source though, so I'm a little worried. We have a lot in our deck though. Search for Escanta. This could be Esper approach. It could still be Grixis. Not drawing a land in 2 draws so far is a little scary. Also drawing 2 black spells. Alright, so it does look like Grixis. Hopefully we don't get Glint Sleeve Siphonered here. That's good. I don't mind that. Land one time. Well, we bricked on our land. I think this was a keep. Any land gets us start to finish. And now our opponent might just walk away with this game. He's not doing much though. Still need a black source. So I'm guessing his hand is some number of Scarab God or Glorbringers. Could be a Supreme Will as well. Could just be a counter spell. I think I need to play out this Anointed Procession. Yes, it might get countered, but resolving the Ixalan's Binding is probably a little bit more important at this point. So just a hard disallow, sure. So it looks like a much more controlling version of Grixis. All right, so there's a Scarab God. This binding is going to be great for us. They don't really have an answer to enchantments main board, so we don't have to worry about that card anymore. We still need a black, unfortunately, but 1 black source in our Profane Procession is just gonna be insane. Binding's been really impressive for me. Fumigate, not so much. Gonna be a good matchup here, or a good card. We do have this start, which is nice. And this might be a time where Arch, really cost us. We cut it for a dead land, so it would have been a black source. We'd be able to potentially resolve a Profane Procession in the next 2 turns. Sweltering Suns is fine. We will get our other tokens back online here. Well then. The odds of this have to be really low. We've 20 or 15 cards deep, 0 black sources. 2, 3, 6, 8. 8 permanents currently. 9 permanents now. So any permanent gets us Ascend, assuming our tokens survive. Glimmer, yep, that's good. Fortunately, not putting any threat on our opponent. Hopefully his hand's just like 3 Scarab Gods. I doubt it. Flips his search. Game's going to be a lot harder for us now. In fact, we probably are just going to lose. Having no black mana has been backbreaking. Fatal Push enters the reveal zone. Yep, that's fine. So I think this Profane Procession is a little bit more important than anything else. Chose not to cycle that land. Hey, we got our Black Source. So I'm probably jamming hidden stockpiles first. Vraska's Contempt, that's fine. Supreme Will's fine. Vraska's Contempt, not a card we care about. We could get back Anointer Priest, but I'm not, like, I don't really care too much at the moment about getting that back. It doesn't do anything. I'd rather, like, try to stick an Anointed Procession and then get it back. Glimmers here. Does have enough. Ooh, that resolved? Sweet. Well, we have the City Blessing now. I am going to get another Black Source. I know I need Forest, but I think next turn we'll try to get the Anointer Priests back. Now that we have a stockpiles, we have something to do with our guys. Get our scry on. So, how much does this cost? This costs 5 additional mana? Yeah, so we should. That's fine. So because this resolved, I'm going to go ahead and maybe drawing a card is just better. Yeah, I think drawing a card might just be better. Seems like a Gear Hulk. Sure. That's fine. We have some life to play with. We're gonna not block and plan to finish this card. opponent has to discard. We'll finish. I don't want to attack first because a removal spell doesn't allow me to do this plan. Alright, so shows us disallow. What does that mean? What's our next play? 3, 4, 5 mana left over. We are going to get a servo on the end step. I think I'm just going to take this time to fumigate. Pretty much has to try to counter this, I think. A braid entered the revealed zone. All right. I think killing this now is the right play from our opponent. Contempts it. So I'm going to lean on Procession because I think it's the most like must be countered card. And then we'll play Profane Procession and probably going to... So we can pay for this. So I'm feeling pretty good here. All right, our opponent has seen enough. All right, so we want the second Profane Procession. They're a little bit more control-y, but that's fine. I want Duresses. I want Bloodfasts. I don't really want Deadeye Tracker. I don't want my opponent to get them back with the Scarab God, and that's kind of one of the most important cards here. I'm gonna board out these Fatal Pushes. This seems pretty good to me. I don't know that I want Fumigates. I think maybe just a second Settle is actually better here. And then I could board out... Maybe I would keep the Fumigates in just for my side of the board. Could also, I guess, board in the Deadeye Trackers. Fragmentize kills Search for Azcanta. Is that worth it? Is that better than these Fumigates? Might be better. We'll try it. I'm not sold, but I think Fumigate and Fragmentize are both kind of dead cards. Like, we didn't need to Fumigate that one turn. It was just, you know, drawing out a counterspell. This hand doesn't really do anything. I'm going to mulligan it. This is a much better hand. We have stockpiles on 2. Yeah, it's a key card in the matchup. We're going to keep it. We have 2 lands here. He has a Duress. Yep. He has to take stockpiles. I'm almost certain. Makes a lot of sense. Ooh, that's a good one. I like to only use my maps when I need a land, because I'm kind of in a situation where I want to draw land. And then hopefully our opponent taps out for a search for Azcanta here. Doesn't look like it. So we'll go for a start to finish. On the end step. And then we'll hope to untap and resolve Profane Procession. I do need to play something here. The question really comes down to what should I play? I think I need to play one of these enchantments. And I think it's just Anointed Procession. I don't want to give my opponent the chance to Glimmer. Yep. Sure. Opponent down to 2 cards. Not a big fan of the Magma Spray there, mostly because like it means there's like less chance that this procession's gonna I think I can wait on the procession another turn. Hopefully he just slams a 5-mana spell here. He didn't. Still feeling pretty favored here. Could have a Gear Hulk. And I'm just content, like he has to answer the board. Yep. You put one on top, one on bottom. So this might need to get countered. Yeah, he has to kill some stuff here. Just gonna make sure that I'm like forcing him to deal with 2 things next turn. Hour of Devastation? Nicol Bolas. Really? Interesting. So he gets a Legion's Landing, which he gets to cast. So really need like a cast out here. So I'm going to trim a land out of my deck. We'll just get the forest, I guess. Alright, well, we hit the cast out, which is pretty amazing. Take this opportunity to flip our Legion's Landing. And now we can cast this Profane Procession. And that's probably going to be a good game. I don't know that our opponent can come back from this. Any threat that they play, we're just going to exile. They don't really have answers to these cards. They're not running Field of Ruin. Ooh, that's a really good one. This card's been impressive. Yeah. Yeah. Woo! All right. We are 3-1 with our Abzan tokens. This deck's been solid. The deck that I think put up the most fight was certainly blue-white tokens. They had 4 copies of Angel of Sanctions plus Anointed Procession, and we didn't really have answers to those cards. So yeah, I think between Chart of Course and Champion of Wits, they can bin them in their yard really easily. The deck was actually pretty impressive and pretty resilient. I don't know, we're not running any copy of Angel of Sanctions. Typically, you want some in this deck for the mirror match, because the first one to take out the other's Anointed Procession usually wins. We were able to put up quite a fight, and I think we probably could have won game 1. We ended up losing due to timeout, so it didn't really matter who won what game. But I think we could have won game 1. He had 1 card in library, and all we had to do is scry into a Fumigate. So if you want to check out those first 3 matches, you can do so on YouTube, or on this YouTube channel, and it'll be in the part 1 video. Fall Leaf. Alright, this hand is decent. I'm going to keep it. I think we might be playing against mono red. Maybe not. So, ooh, I like start to finish. I think we just get our Legion's Landing online. We very well may not start on 3 since we have this procession. So our opponent has no 2-drop, which kind of stinks for us because we have this these 2 Fatal Pushes. I have not really been impressed with Fatal Push recently. Everyone's kind of starting on 3. So I don't think I should cycle the cast out. Just abrades our token. Sure. So some type of Jund control list, maybe? Yeah, I'm going to try to resolve this Anointed Procession in game 1. I think it's important. If I resolve it and then have a start to finish. Alright, so definitely casting out next turn. No reason to take 4 if we don't have to. Get out. Does he have a second copy? Yeah, he's got a second copy. Of course he does. Should be fine. I think this Anointed Priest actually lets us race it. He's going to Glorybringer us now. Alright, so we kind of need to draw a Fumigate. Oh, man. We need a land. If we hit a land, that's 8 damage, so another Glorybringer does not kill us. I think I have to go with start. The problem is I really need this Anointed Priest to survive. What's our best way to win here? So if I play Priest and he kills it, I think we just lose. If I play Priest and then I play start to finish, we're going to gain 4 life only. And we'll be taking 8 down to 5. We'll go up to 9, which allows us to survive. So our opponent has to have like stone nothing. If we start, the next turn we can finish, but we won't be gaining any life. So we'll go to 1 anyway. So we can't really beat removal. So I think we have to go with Anointer Priest here. Has another Glory. And he is exerting. Okay, we really need to draw a land. Well, that's heads up play. So this is going to get exiled. I don't want to push it in response because I want to kill. Really need to draw a land here. I guess it's not the end of the world. So we're going to go to 1. We basically need to be able to answer this Glorybringer. Both of them, which I don't think is possible. Yeah, that's pretty insane. Double Phoenix, double Glorybringer. Pretty much the worst cards against us. I want the Settle. I want Profane. Fumigates aren't very good against Phoenixes. I think that's like all we can really bring in. These Fatal Pushes, not so good. That was a risky keep from our opponent. I feel like his hand just kind of folded to a lot of like blue-white approach. Don't really want Lost Legacy. Don't want Bloodfast. Don't think the rest is good. Deadeye Trackers have been awful. I wish these were Archangel of Sanctions 100%. Sunscourge Champions are probably not as good as Profane Procession, so we're gonna run this back. I have to mulligan. We have too many 4s. I think this is basically a mold of 5. Yeah, I got a mulligan again. Alright, we'll keep this. Put this on top. And I guess I don't pop Evolving Wilds. a decent draw. I'm not going to play Profane Procession until I can have 5 mana. I'll probably play it next turn. I'm almost certain our opponent has like a Naturalize or something in his hand. So I wonder what the black's for. Chandra's going to be hard to answer. Oh, he put it in the graveyard. Interesting. Thrashing Brontodon. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, we really need a key card here. Not really it. Ah, I missequenced. Since I was playing this anyway, I should have played it pre-combat and gained a life. Now he's going to Glorybringer us. He kind of needs to exert though, right? Yeah. I like killing the lifelink there, since we can bring back the Anointed Priests. Thrashing Brontodon's been impressive, I feel like. 3/4 body. Opponent has it all. Seems like a very tough matchup. Well, quick 0-2. Ends us in the 3-2. Could have easily been 4-1, I think. That matchup feels unwinnable. That deck actually seems really solid. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for our league. As always, thanks guys. That finishes part 2. We'll see you next week. Again, we stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 6 to 9 o'clock. Have a good night.